Hello everyone. This is Cheryl, and I'm here today to make a vintage Tim Holz style envelope. I am going to make a Tim Holz, I already said that, Tim Holz style, but I'm going to make it into like a coin envelope. These are my favorites, and I do like to do them. So I've cut myself a piece of packaging. This is like that newspaper print that you get, you know. It's really newspaper print, but they use it as packaging sometimes when you get packages. So it's thin, but it's, you know, flexible. And if you see stuff on my fingernails and hands, it's because I've been working, crafting. So anyway, so I cut myself a piece as big as I think I want it to make, you know, for the envelope, that it will fold over. The bottom side will fold up small, and then the flap, you know, will be a little bit bigger than that. And so I don't know how it's going to go. This is not my new idea. I've seen all kinds of masterboards and different things made lately with laces and fabrics and papers and the combination of the two. Different styles. I've seen some shabby chic. I've seen some very vintage grungy. And so today I'm going to go for grungy. So what I've done is I have gone into my scraps and I have pulled like all these kinds of papers that I would normally use, like book pages, music paper, old scrapbook paper, paper that I used oxides on, you know, and paper bag, and just different pieces, just things from my scrap box. And I'm going to, and I have also some fabrics, like I have this piece, which is, gosh, I don't know what it is. It's a heavy, it's almost like a canvas, but it's not quite that heavy. And I got some coffee dyed lace and something that looks like burlap. It's like a fabric-y thing, and this is like a linen, or a, yeah, almost looks like a linen, but I don't know. It was just in my scraps. Okay, so I just pulled all this out, and I'm going to attempt to make this masterboard, which I will then turn into an envelope. So this is going to be, you know, bendable and flexible. So hopefully I won't tear it. But I'm going to use Mod Podge to put it down. I don't normally use Mod Podge, but I want to spread it out and make sure it's down well, because I'll be bending it. And I'm going to water down. I'm going to dip my brush into some water, and I'm going to, you know, kind of water down the Mod Podge. It's a matte Mod Podge, and I'm going to try and not get it on the top, because even the matte, I'm getting a baby wipe here, but even the matte Mod Podge has a little bit of a shine to it, and I'm not going for that. So I'm going to try and make it so that it's not shiny. So what I'm going to do here, I think what I'm going to do is start laying out some pieces. You know, I'm just gonna, just like when you make a masterboard, you know, you lay your pieces out, and you just start somewhere, you know, and so let's see what we can come up with. And I've torn the pieces with a ruler, because I don't want, you know, like really great cut paper. I just want it to be kind of rough. And I'm just putting the pieces down, trying to find an artful way to put them down. You know, I'm sure that everybody here has done that before, made master boards. So I'm just gonna start there. So this was actually the Fun Friday challenge for this that was just posted today, I guess. And so I decided to try and make that. And see what happens, you know. I can't determine if it's going to work. I guess you'll see in the end if it works for me or not. And I don't normally use Mod Podge on my masterboards. I normally use like glue stick or textile glue, you know. But like I said, this is going to be bent into an envelope, so I don't know. I want to make sure it's down. Ooh, do I want this side or do I want that side? I think I want that side. It's darker. Oh no, I'm dripping. I guess that's okay if I'm dripping. Oh, upside down. We don't want upside down either. So, you know, if you have to go over it a little bit on the top, I guess that's all right. Because I'm going to put some paper down. Do I know what I'm doing here? Not exactly. Not exactly. I'm just creating. I'm going to design myself a Tim Holz style envelope and see what happens here. And in the end, I'll let you know if it works. But what I'm going to do is put all these pieces down. I think I'm going to put all these pieces down. And I'm going to sew over top of it once it's dry. You know, like I'm going to go around and do some random sewing to hold it down and make it look extra vintage and, you know, and grungy. Definitely grunge is what I'm kind of going to go for. Ink it a little bit and just make it look, you know, grungy. Probably what I'll do is lay it under a book to dry, and then come back later and keep going, you know, on the whole thing. So I might pause the video. I might dry it with my heat gun. Pause the video, dry it, sew it, and then come back and finish it is what I might do. So, do you like the Fun Friday challenges? I haven't done one in a while. I have so many things going on all the time. You know, I have a big family. I try to do different crafts. I try to participate in some of everything, but not a lot of everything. You know what I mean? It's like I can't do everything. Plus, I try to make videos, and sometimes I get to it, and sometimes my whole life just interrupts that. So, you know, I just decided to do this and turn the camera on because it's a great time to just make a video for y'all. Are you the kind of person that just tries things to see if it'll work? Do you do that, or do you have to be exact and know ahead of time? I tell you, some of my greatest things that I have made has been when I just crafted and didn't even think about it much and just made stuff. Sometimes when I do that, it just turns out to be the best stuff. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing today. I'm just, I don't know, what am I doing? Making a mess? Maybe. I could be making a mess. Could be making a mess. When I was a kid, I loved doing art and making a mess. And so here I am at age 65, still making messes. Still making messes. So how's it look so far? Looks like a masterboard to me. Okay, so put that up there. Yeah, I hardly ever do it this way with this wet glue type of stuff, though. That's the only thing. But I'm going to lay heavy books on it so that it's flat. And then when it's nice and dry, I can trim it up square, you know, all the excess off of it. And just, you know, pretty it up. And then sew it and stamp on it and put, you know, all the stuff that Tim Holz would love on it. You know what I mean? I think I'm going to do that. I love these old coffee dyed grungy looking papers. So cool. I like all different kinds of styles. I don't know if you noticed that about me or not. But if you ever watch me craft, I might do boho one day and, you know, something completely different the next day. That's kind of how I roll. Because I get bored with the same thing over and over. I get bored with the same style over and over. I get bored, you know. So, let's see here. I'm going to put some fabric down now. A couple years ago, I would have never thought to do that. Never thought to put... Now, I might have to use some textile glue along the edges of this. I don't know. We'll see how it sticks with this. I don't know. I don't think I've ever done this like this. So I might have to go back and I might have to do some of that. I'm just randomly putting it on. Just randomly putting, oh look, that side has a butterfly. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to do that, you know. I didn't see that before. I just pulled that out of my stuff, and it has this butterfly that didn't stamp real well, but that's perfect for this. So I'm kind of putting it down with this Mod Podge, and I'm going to see how well it sticks when it dries. I don't know. Might have to, you know, fix it, whatever. But I'm not, as you can see, I'm not being precious about anything. I'm just putting it down. Just putting it down. You know, and Tim Holz is kind of grungy, so you can't really go wrong. You can't really mess it up. And the more it looks messed up, the better really it is, I guess. Oh, yeah, like that. I'm going to do that with textile glue here. And you can see that it's not taking very long to do this. I'm going to show it to you in case I'm not completely in frame, I'm gonna show it to you before I turn off the camera, because I have to let this dry before I can do anything else with it. Look at that. That looks so grungy. I love it. So I have this also. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is a really grungy paper doily that I coffee dyed at some point. And so I'm going to put that down. Where do I want it? I think I had it. I think I'm going to put it up here. I have another piece of it over here. Do I want a piece of it in here? Where do I want it? Oh. I want it there. I might want it there. That's so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm going to put it there. Just going to undo part of it. You know, and I'll trim the other parts off. After this dries, you know, I'll be able to trim. Oh, stick down there, baby. I'll be able to trim and make it all, you know, straight edges, all the excess trimmed off and everything. But I'm going to let it dry really good. Now, some of it doesn't look as grungy as maybe I would want it to. So I'm going to spray a little coffee on it while it's already wet and grunge it up. Okay, so that's looking nice and wet and grungy and sprayed with coffee. And so now I'm going to let it dry, and I'm going to shut the camera off until it dries, and when it's dry I'll come right back. Okay, see you soon. Okay, everybody, I'm back. This is mostly dry. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take, let me put this in water. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my Fabri-Tac and I'm going to touch up all the little places that I can see that need to be glued a little better. You know, I wasn't sure about my watered down Mod Podge. It seems to be holding certain things, but sometimes even with other types of, when you're doing other glues and stuff, you know, sometimes you got to touch up your corners or in places. You know, you don't want things peeling up, you know, you don't want them peeling. We don't like peely uppies, and we don't want to mail out anything that's got peely uppies if at all possible. I'm sure not everything is going to always be perfect, but you know what I'm saying. We want to try and do our best. And I'm thinking it's mostly good, except that spot which I didn't let dry. Maybe here. So I helped it along a little bit with my heat gun. I find that to be just one of the best things. Okay, so now I'm going to trim it up, you know, so that it's squared up with my paper here for the most part. Make it as straight as I can get it anyway. So this piece, you know, that I cut off, I'm going to keep it, of course. The rest of it is throwaway. So far, so good. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if this is actually dry enough for me to sew or not. It's mostly dry, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to still touch up some places I can see, because I want this to be really, really good. And you could use matte medium, which is a better thing because it doesn't have any gloss to it. But, you know, of course, I don't have matte medium right now. And so, you know, I'm just using what I have. Sometimes you just got to use what you have. And of course, I'm going to do some random messy stitching all over this. So that's going to help it some too. You know what I mean? And I'm still checking the corners. See? You don't want that. You do not want that. And I could have used Fabri-Tac right from the beginning, but sometimes you just try something different to see if it'll work. So I think next time I probably would take the time. It would take a little longer, but I think I would rather just take the time and use Fabri-Tac. So I found that, or matte medium if I order some. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure this is dry again. But do you see now? I wish you could feel this. And after I sew it, oh my goodness, it's probably going to have this wonderful, wonderful, you know, it's just going to be this envelope. Look at that. It's just going to be this large coin envelope. Tim Holz style. And that'll be the front of it. Look at that. And this will be the back, and this will fold up, and this will be the flapping. But I'm not going to bend it too much more or anything until I sew around it, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump off of here again for a minute, and I'm going to sew all around the edge of it, and then I'm just going to do some messy sewing, you know, all over it, just random. And it's okay if it looks messy. I'm going to love it because I saw it done. Who did it? I want to say it was Barbara from 49 Dragonflies. I should take better notes of stuff like that. But I've seen them done all in lace too. So anyway, I'm going to be right back. Let me go and see if I can get this sewn up. I want to make sure it's completely dry everywhere. And then, you know, and the coffee, look at the coffee made these wonderful splatters. I wonder if I should do it again and just dry them with the heat gun. Oh, so pretty. Yeah, maybe I can do this. Oh, is it going to work? I don't know. It's not working. It's not working. I love that. I love that. Oh, look at this. Now it's doing something. Look at that. The grungier, the better. Okay. All right. So this isn't that wet now. So I'm going to quickly dry it, try to sew it, and I'll be right back. You won't even know I'm gone. Just talk amongst yourselves. Okay, and I'm back. So what I've done is I dried it with my heat gun, and then can you see it? I dried it with my heat gun, and then I did a zigzag stitch around the edge, and then just some messy sewing with a straight stitch in the center, and so we have that. Okay, so now, so far, it seems to be working. So now it gets folded. You know, I'm sure a lot of you have already made coin envelopes. I wish you could feel this, man. This is like super cool. And even though it has some shiny spots, I'm all right with it because of how grungy it looks. And the coffee splatters, you know, spray that just grunged it up and made it dark, and you know what I mean. So now I'm trying to, so this is going to be folded over like that. And then this is the bottom. Yeah, because this is the butterfly is the right way up. So I'm going to fold this up a little bit and pray that the paper doesn't break anywhere. And if it does, maybe I can fix it. Okay, so I can see where I folded it. And it did kind of break there. So, Fabri-Tac to the rescue. You know, we're just gonna make it work. And if it's grungy and falling apart, that adds to the grunge look. I mean, that is what the grunge is about. Right? So, anyway, this paper right here is a little bit, you know, fragile. It's fragile, and I'm bending it right there. So we'll see what I'm going to do to fix that in the end. Let's see. So this folds like that. So to get rid of some of the bulk, I'm going to cut away at an angle. You can see I have this little piece here and this little piece here, and that's going to come out of there. I'm going to go at a slight angle, and then at a slight angle here. Just makes it easier, I think. And a slight angle here to the corner, and then a slight angle here. Okay, so now I have that. So when this folds in, that bulk isn't there anymore. I only have this one piece to fold over and glue it. Right? Right. So I think I'm going to use some vintagey washi tape down here and just make it look like I always intended it to be that way. You know what I mean? So when this folds, let's see, how big do we want this? We want the flap to go down maybe like this. Is that a bit? Yeah, that's going to be good. I think that is going to be good. So we're going to fold it. Okay. And it's been folded here. So we can see all of our little creases. Here's, you know, and let's see here. So the flap will come down like that. Yeah, I like it. So I'm going to cut this straight for now, right to that little corner. Like this. I'm thinking, I can't think about this. I was cutting through fabric. I was wondering why it was so tough to cut. Okay. All right. And look at these wonderful pieces that I can save and use somewhere. Ta-da! Okay, so it gets folded like this. Then this gets up like this and it gets glued, and then this is our This is our flap right here. So I need to straighten that up a little bit because actually it looks fabulous, but I am going to straighten it just a little bit. And I think I'm going to do something with these corners here so that they're not so pointy. There we go. Let's see. Oh, that is glorious. It's glorious, guys. So I'm just going to kind of curve it just slightly. You know, I'm just going to curve it a little bit like that. So now we have that. And this is the front of the envelope, and it is gloriously grungy. So let me get my vintage washi tape, and I can mend it in some places, you know, or reinforce it, I should say, in some places, so that over time, you know, it doesn't get too cracked. And so anyway, let me get that. All right, let's see what I have here. I have some washi tapes, some that people have sent me. Here's some vintage washi tape. So I'm gonna put some along that bottom. Yeah, that'll reinforce that and make it, you know. Now I always use tape, or yeah, tape. I always use glue. Always run it across glue, because washi tape is known for not sticking permanent unless you help it a little bit. So there's that. See, that is going to make that really cool looking. And let me get another piece. This is some kind of vintagey. We just did a T-Pay. So I'll just put that on there like that. And let's see, do I need anything? I might need something right there. Let's see what else I have here. I have some others. And I'm just gonna choose a narrow one. If I can find the end of it. That's the only thing about when you put it on these cards. Like, where's the end of it? Here it is. All right. This is really cool looking. I'm going to run it across the top of my glue. And then I'm going to put it down. Look at that. Instant fix. There's almost nothing that you can't fix. You know what I mean? It's like we can fix stuff. All right. This has such a great hand feel. Okay, so get down there and stay down. Now, don't give me any troubles here. Let me make sure I'm getting it. It just needs a little encouragement. You know what I mean? Encouragement with the glue. And it's okay if it's raggy. I'm okay with that, man, because that is the grunge look. All right. So I'm going to glue it together here. Oh, I'm just making a mess. Making a mess. Now, the question that I have for myself is, do I want to put any stamping? I don't think I do. I think I'm going to put papers, you know, little vintage papers and things, a collage type thing in the front of some sort, maybe. I don't know. Picture. Maybe I won't do a bunch because this is like really super cool, like just the way it is, and I am loving it. Where's my baby wipe? So this is, you know, a really cool way to do a vintage style, Tim Holz style envelope. Now, this isn't the only, she didn't specify which kind of envelope, so you can make any kind you want, you know. But this is the kind I'm making because I like to store stuff in them. You know, these would be great for Happy Mail. I mean, like, oh my goodness. I wish you all could feel it. It has this great hand feel. And I really, really like this stitching on this. And I think I might put some of this on there that I cut off, because I just looked over and saw that and said, oh, look at that. So that'll go really great right there. Love it. I'm so in love with it. I'm so in love with it. One thing I am going to do, and this is my first time actually doing this, making an envelope or something out of a masterboard, you know. Gonna do this grungy, gonna make it grungy along there on the crease. Isn't that beautiful and grungy and delicious? Where can we put this? I like it. I like it there. I like having things with the little zigzag stitch, you know. I could have hand stitched on it, but I'm doing this video for you guys, so I didn't want to make it, you know, eternal or anything. Nobody likes it when they're too long. Okay, so there's that. And I love it that this lace ended up on the front and half of this butterfly. I mean, who wouldn't like that? Okay, do I want anything else? A touch of anything else on there? You know, sometimes just a little bit of washi tape. And what is this? Sometimes just a little piece of washi tape can just add to it, you know, a little bit. Do I want anything up there? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I like. Been using this, haven't I? Let's see. Oh, this just goes, doesn't it? This just goes. Boy, I've got glue on my fingers like you would not believe. And I think I want to cover up that shiny spot. Even though I'm going to cover up that flower, I don't care. That shiny spot catches my eye and I don't like it. And it's not everywhere, so I'm just gonna cover it up. There. No more shiny spot. Has a couple little places, but I'm all right with it. And this is kind of shiny. And this is really, like really, this is not wanting to behave. But I'm going to make it behave. And I'm okay with that because it's in the back. I'm just all right with it. So there we have our envelope. Now, I might put a collage on the front, like a Tim Holz person and maybe some other thing. I got some stuff out. But my envelope is basically finished. And it's a little bit wonky. And I'm even okay with that. I'm okay with that. This is grunge, people. This is, you know, I mean, it's not so bad that I can't stand it. So I'm going to go with it. I'm not going to fuss. And what I did was I took brown craft paper, okay, you know, the cardstock craft paper. And I punched out with my 1-inch hole punch, 3 circles for each one of these. And I'm going to make one of those closures. You know, one of those closures like that. So what I do is I glue them together to make it like a button, to make it thick. And then you can either use an eyelet in the center, or you can even use a brad if you wanted to. So you would just punch a hole in the center. Let's go ahead and decide what we're doing here. So I have brads and I have eyelets. I have more brads than eyelets right now. I need to get some eyelets. I love opening stuff. Okay, so I have brads. They're kind of pretty. These might work. They're kind of an antique looking. So let's do it. So I have an awl. You can do this with your crocodile. Mine is not near me right now. So I'm just going to use an awl. And I'm just going to punch a hole in the center, or close enough. And I'm just going to put it through. Oh. Got to make it bigger. Wow. There we go. See that? Close enough. All right, so that one's going to go there. And I'm going to grunge it a little. So I just decided I'm not just going to glue that on there. I am going to, let me get my other, you know, I kind of like this all better. I don't know why. It just seems to do what I want it to do more. All right, so let me put this on here. And punch a hole through there. Okay, there we go. All right, so we got that on there. Okay, so there's that. Now, how's she going to do the other one, they're saying? Well, I'm going to put something under there, like I'm going to put can't believe it. Where's my, I had it here. Where's my ruler? You can't find my ruler? Really? Okay, I can't find my ruler. Hold on guys, I gotta go find it. Okay, found my ruler. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to find the spot. And I guess I want it right about there and in alignment. You know what I mean? As best as I can. So I'm going to put my ruler in there. And this is about the spot. You know. So that's about the center. I think I got it, and I did. All right, there we go. So, I hope y'all can see something that I'm doing. I'm going to show it to you. So I'm just, you know, I punched a hole in here. I put my ruler inside there in case I got out of frame. I was like, I had to be able to have it down close to me. And now I haven't made this hole big enough yet. This is really a hard craft cardstock. So it's very sturdy. And we're in the center, thereabouts anyway. We're gonna call it the center. All right. And there I have it. And I'm gonna put this in here. So we're going in. Oh boy. Okay, Cheryl. I have done this before, but there we go. All right, we got it. We're in. Okay, so now we have this. And so now I need I'm going to use cord. I have cord. I do. I have cord. I bought it. And I'm going to use some of that. And I think I'm going to use the next, not the thinnest, but the next one down. This is just natural hemp cord in 4 different sizes. So what I'm going to do is tie it around here. Oh, come on and cooperate. So I'm just going to tie a double knot. And then I'm going to cut the short end. Yeah. Time to get my scissors sharpened, I guess. And then, let's see. And then I'm gonna, well, get in there and stay in there. Behave yourself. Then I'm gonna go around it in a figure 8, you know, and leave some. And there it is. Ta-da. Now, like I said, I have to decorate the front. And when I get that decorated, then I'm just going to collage like with a Tim Holz person or something. I got them out. Where are they? And put something on there that's really cool. But I have this pouch now that I have made. And because I use this thin newsprint packaging type paper and sewed all over it and glued it down really well and all of that, it's pretty sturdy. It's pretty sturdy and it works for me. And I love it. I actually love it. So let's see. Let's just take a look real fast before I get off of here. I don't want to make this video really long. I mean, you will see if you look, I will be posting. But I have all these Tim Holz things. And where are my people? I have people. I have Tim Holz people. And I have them somewhere. I have them. Or maybe I'll use a photo. You know, I might use a photo. People have sent me some photos that I think would be super. That's too small. But let me see here. Hold on a second. See, I didn't take long. Here are my people. My people. Who are your people? Where are your people? All right, so I have people here. And I have, like, you know, a lot of them. So, wouldn't that be funny? Oh, too cute. I've got all kinds. Oh, look at them. Do I want to sit them here? They are super cute. Oh my goodness. Look at these kids. Oh, look at him. He thinks he's something, doesn't he? So you see what I'm saying? I can use almost any of these in here. And collaging isn't hard either. If you work in 3s and 5s, 3s or 5s, you will usually come up with a really great... Look at them. I bet they're sisters. Oh my gosh, look at that. I really like them. They look like they're fun. I like fun people. They look like they're fun too, but they're too big. They're too big for what I'm doing. How about this couple on there? It's going to be a hard decision. Gonna be a hard decision, but I guess it has to be, for me, it really needs to be a vintage person. You know, not, oh, look at him. Wow, he looks like a train conductor, doesn't he? Does he look like a train? It feels good to be lost in the right direction. Oh, that'll go good if he's a train conductor. Let's see. Oh, I'm dropping things. And the one thing you don't want to lose ever is your adventure is worthwhile. I love this. I like that. Feels good to be lost in the right direction. And I just need some kind of other thing behind them all. And I wish you were here to tell me what that should be. But I'm thinking I'm really liking like some of these. Look, passenger coupon. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I need to put something like this. Or maybe I need to get those really cute something like that. Maybe I need to get those really cute backdrop things that I had that I found at the flea market or something. I don't know. You know, you get so much stuff you don't know what to use first. Do you feel like that? Like you got all these things. Like how do you know what to use first? How do you know what to use where? I just dropped some papers on the floor even, back behind my desk. But, you know, I'll be climbing in there to get them because, you know. So I'm thinking this is looking okay for me. No. These are all little measuring things. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Everything looks all right to me. If it's Tim Holz and it's grungy, it's all right, you know, with me. But I'm looking toward, let me see, I thought I had, in this, maybe in this pack I have it. I thought I had like a train. This is not Tim Holz, this is Paper Studio. But I like it. I like these pieces. And they're super cool, and I'm just dumping my stuff out everywhere, you know. And that's what happens to me, and that's how my room gets to looking like a hurricane hit it. Does that happen to you? Well, it happens to me because I can't worry about everything. Well, I don't know where it is. I don't guess I can find it right now. But here's a suitcase. Maybe I need the ticket and the suitcase. I don't know. I don't want to cover the whole thing up. And the suitcase looks too big. But I like it. I'm probably breaking some rules. You know, I always break rules. I think what I'm going to do is that, and I'm going to get a couple cogwheels. And I'm going to put it on there. And when you see me post it in the under the post for the Fun Friday Challenge, you will see what I did. But this is just an idea that I'm having right now. So I'm going to get off of here, and so that this doesn't become tedious, and if it hasn't already. So anyway, this is my grungy Tim Holz. Oh, jeez. This is my grungy Tim Holz envelope offering for the fun. I can't even use my thingy here. My Fun Friday Challenge. So, anyway, there it is. grungy in all its glorious grunginess, all its Tim Holz grunginess. So, hope you liked it. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. I'd love to hear from you. If you like watching tutorials and you wouldn't want to miss the next one, then please subscribe to my channel. And then you'll get a notification the next time I post a video. Anyway, hope you liked it. See you next time. Bye-bye.